Piers Morgan, live and dangerous. Piers, can you hear me? Come in.
Do you know what? Finally, I've been silenced by you people. I don't know what's going on. But
Not me.
I feel completely powerless over here.
You know, my fear was that Karl had come on way too strong and he'd scared you off.
It did a bit. It was a bit overpowering.
Come on. It was a little bit like Michael Caine back in the day. Remember when you tried to come on to him?
Yeah. Yes, we all remember that.
How are you, Piers? You well?
I'm very well, thank you. It's like nearly 9 o'clock here, or 9 o'clock plus in London in the evening. And it's pretty miserable here, just generally. So it's nice to speak to Australia and see a bit of sunshine and happiness and people smiling.
You must really. I mean, I know you love coming to Australia, especially when the English are touring here, and I know you love the country dearly. It must have been incredibly difficult for you all in Great Britain to see what's happened there in the last few months.
You know what? It's been a nightmare, but it has been in many countries, isn't it? But particularly bad here. I mean, we've got an absolute woeful government who have led by that guy, Boris Johnson, who's just a blustering buffoon. And every single decision he's taken has turned out to be catastrophically wrong. And as a result, we have the worst death toll for coronavirus in Europe, and we have the worst economic meltdown too. And it's showing no sign of improving, sadly. We've got a second wave that's come very hard, and bad decisions are still being taken. So not a happy time to be in this country.
Yeah. How has he got it so wrong? I mean, here in Australia, yesterday we had one case nationally. Victoria, we've just had 2 days of no cases, and they've been in lockdown for 4 months. How is it that your country has spiralled out of control as it has?
Well, I think they lost control in the first wave just spectacularly badly. They made some appalling decisions. I mean, for example, we locked down 2 weeks too late. They now reckon that cost 25,000 lives.
Whoa.
You know, we sent 25,000 elderly people, many with COVID, without tests, into care homes where there was a secondary epidemic. We let 20 million people fly into the country in a 2-month period, right through March, April, from some of the worst hit places in the world, like Italy and China and New York. They would have had to come in without any testing. So we really let this virus run rip through the country, and we've paid a very, very heavy price for it. Then we released the lockdown too soon, and now we're getting the inevitable second wave. So it's been a disaster.
You know, I've been following you obviously very closely. Some would say
Too closely.
Stalking.
Yeah, weirdly.
But as
so.
you know, but I think you were right from the start of this pandemic, right onto it. And it was government officials who just dropped the ball so completely. I can't believe and fathom they've let the people of Great Britain down so badly.
And you know what? It's worse than that. They're gutless with it. So we've now been boycotted by the entire UK government on Good Morning Britain for 180 days.
Wow.
None of them have appeared since mid-April because they kept coming on, and I kept going after them about these terrible decisions they were taking. I kept saying, why are we letting people into the country through the airports without any testing in their millions? No answer. Why don't we have the right PPE for our health and care workers who are dying in large numbers? No answer. Why don't we have enough ventilators? We had a pandemic exercise 4 years ago that prepared us for this, which we didn't act on. You know, why with our quarantine was there no quarantine, and then eventually when it's too late, there's ridiculous 14-day quarantine? Why, given we're an island like Australia and New Zealand, did we not try and lock down our borders at all? None of it made any sense to anybody here, and we kept asking very aggressively the government ministers for answers. We didn't get any, and eventually they threw up the white flag and said, right, we're never coming on Good Morning Britain again, which has been great for our ratings. We have record ratings, so thank them for that. But what a bunch of gutless little weasels.
But, I mean, as you say, good for the ratings. It tells you a lot of what people think of politicians. But has the issue been... Is the issue there how aggressive you are, that they don't want to come on because they don't feel they're going to get a fair go? You're asking very fair questions, and it's questions that everyone's asking, but is it how you ask them and the fact that often you don't give them a chance to answer? You sort of just speak over the top of them.
Oh, what?
Well, I speak over the top of them when they're talking complete nonsense, or when they are lying, or when I can tell they don't want to answer the question. I mean, one of them was the care minister Her job was to take care of care homes. She came on and I said, how many people have died working in care homes and how many people who are residents have died so far from the coronavirus? She had not a clue about how many people were dying. That is literally her job. Her job is to control the care homes of Great Britain. I thought that was an utter disgrace. And at that time, I had one of my colleagues, Kate Garraway, one of the presenters on Good Morning Britain, her own husband, Derek, was taken very seriously ill. He nearly died. He's still in a coma today. It's been an absolute tragedy for Kate. So we had it really brought right to our desk at Good Morning Britain, and the anger was real, you know. And I'm sorry, if they can't take a few tough questions from journalists on air, how the hell can we expect them to run a pandemic? And the truth is, they've run it very badly in the same way that their interviews with me were very bad.
I'm with you though, Piers. I mean, I really resent that question from Ali, and this is the problem for us, you and I, that we work with pushy, intelligent, beautiful co-hosts, and we shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to put up with this stuff.
We should be entitled to rant away without any interruption.
Oh,
exactly.
2 hours a day.
Exactly.
And these smart cookie women who want to jump in, ruining our fun, it's so selfish.
It's selfish.
That's why you both love Donald Trump.
Well,
actually, I don't know, Piers. How is your friendship with Donald these days? It's always so up and down.
Well, it was a bit rocky because I wrote a column in April after he recommended that we all inject ourselves with bleach to cure the virus, which was, I think the opening line was, "Shut the bleep up, Mr. President. Your fat, bleep, crazy ideas are going to kill people." And he unfollowed me on Twitter overnight that night, which is no small thing because he only follows 50 people, and most of those are his family. So quite a big sort of severing of our relationship. And I didn't hear from him again until Saturday. I was here in my home in London, and the phone went, and it was, "Good morning, Mr. Morgan. This is the White House switchboard. We have the President of the United States would like to speak to you." And I thought, OK, well, this is going to be interesting. And on came Donald Trump, and we had, in the end, we had a cordial 25-minute conversation about everything. We put a few things to bed. We agreed to disagree about a few things, about a lot of things, actually. But what was interesting was, despite all the polls in America indicating he's heading for a big beating to Joe Biden, he believes the polls are wrong like they were last time, and he thinks he's going to win.
Well, he could very well win. He could very well win. I also note with interest, because you and I have similar thoughts about Harry and Meg's. I mean, gee, they've really gone on with it in the United States. Their Netflix series, as you said so eloquently about 12 hours ago, is a little bit like watching a root canal.
Some people are into, by the way. Just
root canals. I don't know. Did you last have a root canal?
I just know it's going to be like root canal.
I mean, I don't know how they're going, those two. Hey, listen, just before we go, we're out of time, but your new book, Wake Up, tell us a bit about it and tell us why we should go and buy it.
Wake Up is a clarion call from me, as someone who skews centre, slightly liberal, to my liberal friends, these ultra-liberal wokies who want to tell us all how to lead our lives. They want to say what we can find funny, what movies and TV shows we can watch which are acceptable, what to eat, what to drink, what to wear, how to do your hair, whatever you want to do. They want to tell us how to lead our lives. I'm sick and tired of it. I think we need to return to common sense and proper liberalism, where actually you can listen to people who vehemently disagree with you, respect their right to have a different opinion, and then go away and have a beer together. That's the Australian way. That's the British way. And it's the way we should go back. And these wokies have got to stop this cancel culture nonsense.
Great talking to you, Piers Morgan, and hopefully we'll have a show together one day where we can just rant away.
The dream thing.
Oh, man. You don't get a word and just talk over
It'll be
each
on a TV
other.
version of Brokeback Mountain.
That's a little more accurate.
Oh, my goodness, that would be fabulous. OK, Piers' new book, Wake Up, Why the World Has Gone Nuts, is available now from all good book retailers here in Australia. Good on you, Piers. Lovely to see you, my man, and go safe.
Cheers, guys. Lovely to talk to you.
Yeah. You just fell in love with him a little bit more.
A little bit more,
you?
yeah.
Thought you may have.